Good morning, class. Let us continue with the chapter endocrine system. In our previous class, we have already discussed what are the different endocrine glands that falls under endocrine system, their location in gist, right? Today we will be dealing with different types of endocrine glands in detail. While going through the different types of endocrine gland, the points that you have to keep in mind are: first will be your location, where is that particular endocrine gland present. Number two would be your hormones secreted by that particular endocrine gland, okay, and what are the function of those hormones. Number three would be the disease related with the secretion over or under secretion of the hormones. Like I told you in your previous class while discussing about the characteristics of hormones, that it has to be secreted in an optimum amount. Lesser or more is going to lead a disease. So we will be discussing about the different diseases related to those hormones, okay. For your board exams, you just have to go through 4 different types of endocrine glands, and those are your adrenal gland, pancreas, thyroid gland and pituitary gland. These 4, only these 4, you will be going through only these 4 types of endocrine gland. In today's class, we will be studying in detail about only adrenal gland and your pancreas, okay. Okay, so first let us discuss about adrenal gland. First let us know the location of the adrenal gland. Where is it present? So your adrenal gland is present on kidney. If you look at the position of the adrenal gland properly, what will you see at the position of the adrenal gland properly? How would it be seen as? It looks like a cap on top of the kidney. Okay, so your adrenal gland is present on top of the kidney. If you just do a longitudinal section and look at the adrenal gland, you will be seeing 2 layers. The outer layer is referred to as your cortex and the inner one is referred to as your medulla. So first let us discuss about the hormone secreted by medulla. It is known as adrenaline. It is also referred to as fight and flight hormone. Why is it referred to as fight and flight hormone? Because it helps us to face any problematic situation, either to face it or to run away from it. So what is its function? Whenever we encounter any problematic situation, it increases the heartbeat, it increases the blood supply to the muscle area, more of a glucose is released, okay, so that we can face that particular situation. That's why if all of a sudden if you are called in front of the assembly and asked to recite something, what happens to you? You start sweating a lot, right? Your heart starts beating faster. So that's all because of the secretion of the adrenaline. So next, okay, the next hormone that is secreted by your adrenal cortex is your cortisone, or on the basis of its function it can be categorized into 2 types. These cortisones are your steroids hormone, that is they are derived from cholesterol. So it can be divided into 2 types, your 2 groups, mineralocorticoids and glucocorticoids. Mineralocorticoids, the name itself suggests that it has a function in regulating the minerals. So this one of the example of your mineralocorticoids is your aldosterone. Now this aldosterone, what happens is it helps in regulating the salt in the kidney, salt and water balance in the kidney. Without it, our body would be dehydrated because of the loss of salt and water from our body. Okay, now next one is your glucocorticoids. Glucocorticoids are anti-inflammatory in function. What do you mean by anti-inflammatory? Inflammation means swelling occurring in the certain region because of hyper stimulation of the immune system, right? Generally that happens in case of allergies and all, right? So it helps in reducing the inflammation from that region. Now other than that, it also regulates the metabolism, carbohydrate, proteins and fat metabolism in our body. That means what does it do is it also helps in conversion of the protein and fats into the glucose. Okay, that is done by your glucocorticoids. Now we have already discussed about the function of the hormones secreted by the adrenal gland. Next we will be dealing with the diseases that is resulted because of the hyposecretion or hyposecretion of the hormone. Now before moving on to the disease related with the secretion of the hormone, let us get familiar with the two terms, that is your hyposecretion and hypersecretion. Now what do you mean by hyposecretion? Hypo means low. Okay, so hyposecretion of a hormone means low secretion of the hormone. So this is related with the low secretion of the hormone. I won't be terming it as low all the time. I'll call it hyposecretion of the disease. So get familiar with this term. Hyposecretion. Hypo means low, okay, and hyper means high. So secretion of a hormone in more amount than the required quantity. Okay, that's called hypersecretion of hormone. So now let us discuss about the diseases that is related with the hyposecretion and hypersecretion of your hormones secreted by adrenal gland. Okay, so we will just be discussing about the hyposecretion and hypersecretion of a hormone secreted by your adrenal cortex. Okay, so hyposecretion of hormone secreted by adrenal cortex will lead to disease called Addison disease. So what are the symptoms of this Addison disease? General symptoms are you will have skin pigmentation, okay, and you will be more susceptible to any kind of infection. Your blood sugar level will drop. Okay, next one, the hypersecretion of adrenal cortex hormone will lead to Cushing syndrome. Now what are the symptoms of it? Obesity. Osteoporosis means your bones become brittle, so that it is prone to be broken down easily, and it will also lead to weakness. Okay, now if you see one of the term there, it's referred to as adrenal viralism. Now what is this? Now this adrenal viralism, it occurs because of the overgrowth of adrenal cortex. So what happens here? Now in case of female will be getting a male characteristics. For example, they will have a beard or mustache. Okay, that is because of the overgrowth of adrenal cortex, and that condition is known as adrenal virilism. And in case of man, he will have an enlarged breast. Okay, you will get a female characteristic like you will have an enlarged breast. Okay, so that's all you have to know in this particular section, that is your adrenal gland, about adrenal gland, location, hormones secreted, and the function of the hormones, and you will just be going through the diseases related with your adrenal cortex. Okay, now next coming to another gland that is known as pancreas. Pancreas is also known as heterocrine gland or mixed gland. What does that mean? That means pancreas act both as exocrine gland as well as endocrine gland. Okay, now first let us understand the location, then I will tell you how exocrine and how it functions as an endocrine gland. Now you have location, where is it present? If you look at this diagram properly, it is placed, you have stomach here. So behind the stomach you have pancreas. Okay, your pancreas is located behind the stomach. Now as I told you, it functions both as a endocrine as well as exocrine gland. Now as a exocrine gland, pancreas, what does it do? It secretes pancreatic juice. Okay, and it has a specialized duct, called pancreatic duct for storing your pancreatic juice. It has a specialized pancreatic duct for storing a pancreatic juice, and this pancreatic juice is poured onto the duodenum of small intestine, where the complete digestion of the food occurs. You all know, right? Pancreatic juices consist of different kind of enzymes which helps in digestion of the food. That's its exocrine function. Now, as an endocrine gland, pancreas, all over the pancreas, it has a cluster of cells known as islets of Langerhans. Now, these islets of Langerhans secretes hormones. Okay. Now, the beta cells of islets of Langerhans secretes hormone called insulin. Alpha cell secretes hormone called glucagon, and delta cells secretes hormone called somatostatin. Out of these three, you just have to go through insulin and glucagon. Okay. First, let us understand the function of insulin. Okay, so like we have discussed that pancreas secretes three kinds of hormone. Those are your insulin, glucagon and somatostatin, right? First, let us discuss about the function of insulin. Insulin, as we know, that it regulates the blood sugar level in our body, right? So how does it help in regulating the blood sugar level? Now, insulin helps the cells to utilize the glucose, helps in absorption of the glucose, and it also helps in conversion of the glucose to glycogen. Okay, that's the primary function of your insulin. Glucagon, it has a reverse function to that of insulin. In case of immense drop of blood sugar level, what happens is your glucagon, it helps the cells in conversion of your glycogen back to glucose. Okay, you have third one, that is somatostatin. It's out of syllabus, but it inhibits the both your secretion of both insulin and glucagon hormone. Okay, now next who you will be discussing only about the diseases that related to the hyposecretion and hypersecretion of your insulin hormone. Okay, now let us discuss about the diseases caused due to hyposecretion and hypersecretion of insulin. As we know that insulin helps the cells in utilizing the glucose, and it also helps in conversion of the glucose to glycogen. So if insulin is secreted in low amount, what do you think will happen? Your blood will contain more amount of glucose. That the disease caused because of the presence of more amount of glucose in the blood is known as diabetes mellitus. In common language, you call it commonly it is also called as diabetes. Now, what happens to the diabetic patient? He will have more amount of glucose in the blood. He will be urinating a lot, because of which he will feel thirsty all the time. So these are the symptoms which indicates that particular person might be diabetic. Now, how can it be corrected? The only solution for a diabetic patient is to administer itself with a insulin hormone. Okay, he will have insulin injected from outside, as his body is incapable of producing a insulin hormone. The next one is your hypersecretion of insulin. So what do you, hyper means high, right? So if insulin is secreted in more amount, what will happen? Whatever the glucose was present will be completely converted into glycogen or being completely utilized by the cell, right? So what do you think happen? Complete drop in the level of glucose in your blood. So because of that, your brain might enter the state of coma for a few minutes, or it can be prolonged also. Okay, because your blood lacks the glucose which is required. Okay, now if you go through there's one terminology called insulin shock. Now what is it? Now, like I told you, in case of diabetic patient, they are usually administered with insulin hormone from outside. But if the patient is provided with overdose of insulin hormone, what will happen is he will get into the state of coma, or he will become unconscious for a while. So that state is referred to as insulin shock, because of the administration of a more amount of insulin into the person. Okay, he becomes unconscious. So that is referred to as your insulin shock. Okay, so with the help of flow diagram, let us understand whatever we have learned till now. Okay, pancreas, Your beta cells, what does it secrete? It secretes a hormone called insulin. Now what does your insulin do? It helps in conversion of the glucose to glycogen, okay, thus lowering your blood sugar level. The another hormone which is secreted by your alpha cells is known as glycogen, right? Now what is the function of glycogen? It helps the cells in conversion of glycogen to glucose, okay. Now because of that the blood sugar level rises, okay. So that's all about the pancreas. In our next class we will be discussing in detail about other two glands, that was your thyroid gland and pituitary gland, in detail. Thank you.